Now, to prove to you guys what you're about to learn in this video, I want to show you guys the current state of the account that I use for illustration. You can see the market is closed. Today is Sunday, the time of recording this video. Now, these accounts, you can see a lot of orders are here. Euro USD buy, Euro USD buy. Don't worry, you will see how I came up with all of these decisions. But the most important thing is that you are going to see how easy it is to trade the days of economic data release, such as CPI, PPI, FOMC, NFP. For example, this current trade now, I demonstrated it live the day of CPI. This last CPI, all right, last week CPI. Now, part of the move from CPI is here, and the next day was PPI. PPI move was also here. You are going to see how easy it is. If I go to the charts now, I can show you guys the days of CPI, the days of PPI. Now, I am not just here to cap, for you guys. This is what I do, all right? Even this last, of course, this last NFP that, took place in the market, the first Friday of this month. If you take a look at the screenshot that will pop up on my screen now, you will find out that NFP, was smashed, including the last FOMC. If you stay tuned and watch how I do this thing, real life, bro, everything will make sense. So without wasting much of your time, guys, let's dive into it. All right, guys, now I'm going to use today's economic data report to demonstrate to you guys how professional traders trade on the day of data release. Data release can also be referred to as the news of the market. You guys know what I'm talking about. The first thing, you go to Forex Factory. As a trader, you must be aware of all the events that will take place each trading week. What we usually do from the beginning of the week on Sunday or Saturday, when you are doing your weekly analysis, that is when you take, just scroll through everything that will take place during the week. You can see today is Wednesday. That's why it's starting from Wednesday. But if you have started on Sunday, you have seen all the data release Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, the reason it's starting from Wednesday is because today is Wednesday. And we have a very, very, very major impact release today. That is why I'm doing this video today, so that I can help many of you guys, all right? You see, today is what? CPI, and the time is 1:30 p.m. Nigeria time, or you guys in Europe or any other African countries. But you should know what the time is in your country. Now, you see, the mistake that many traders make, especially beginner traders or intermediate, whatever level, is that many of them, they wait patiently. I don't know if it's called a strategy. They will wait like 5 minutes before the news or 10 minutes before. They just have a specific period that they wait before the news. Then they will place the trade. Now, many of them, they are just interested in that volatility. Sometimes we call all of this gambling in trading. So they will wait when it is already like a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes to the news. Then they place the trade and then wait for the market to. Now, many of them don't even have a specific, they don't even know what they are doing for that day. Now, sometimes it may work for them because the market just, move in that direction, and then they just easily close the profit, and then they are excited, take screenshot of whatever they have done. But as professional traders, we don't even trade like that. Now, the way I do it is so unique and so professional. First of all, I want you guys to be aware, all right? You don't need any of this data that is here. Because there are, just like as I explained, that there are people that wait 5 minutes before the news. That is also how we have people that will wait, after the release. They just come and check, okay, the actual report is blah, 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 blah. They just start placing trade. No, you don't wait before the news or after the news. This is what we do. We engage the trade just as regular, the normal day how we trade. I'm going to demonstrate it live in this video. You can see I already have an account that I want to engage with. This is about 768 USD. Okay, that is the account I'm going to use to demonstrate it live. This CPI you are seeing here will be demonstrated live on this trading account. So the way I do it as a professional trader, first of all, we already know the time of the news, all right, 1:30 p.m. Now, everything here, none of them matters to us anymore. We don't care about the actual report, because when the news get released, you will see all these things you guys are seeing here, forecast, previous, all of this. There are people that can use this thing to make decision, but all through my study as a trader, I have never seen someone that basically base his own strategy because of all this data that is here. You can never be able to get it right all the time. I'm telling you guys the truth. There are sometimes the actual report will come out and then be the same number with this, forecast. So you don't even know what to do if it's to buy or sell. And sometimes the actual can be better than the forecast, which means here will be showing green, all right? Then people will think, okay, it's an opportunity to buy USD. And at the end, the market will drop. So we don't use any of this. For example, click on this. If some people can click on this folder to take a look at previous history, you don't need all that. What you need, number one, is direction of the market. Number one. As you can see, just as I have account that is here to demonstrate for you guys, that is also I have my trade currently running on my proper account. Even when the news is coming up, we don't even care about it, because why? We focus on direction of the market, and I'm going to demonstrate it here in this video. You see, first thing you need to do, just pay attention. You see, first thing you need to do, you ask yourself, what is the direction of this asset I want to trade? All right, because this is what usually happens. If the direction of the market is bullish, for example, and then the news, maybe the actual report, just came out and then favors the asset, then the market will go bullish very, very much. But if the news came out and then does not favor the asset, now some people will think the direction will change to bearish. No, it's not unless the impact is so much. But most of the time, once the news come out and then the impact is negative, if the direction of the day is bullish, sometimes what you may just see is just maybe some spike to the downside, some rough movement, but eventually, after like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, everything will be calm. The market will continue its direction. I marked this statement for my boss many years ago. And what was it? The news cannot change the direction of the market. Write it down somewhere as you are watching this video. The news cannot change the direction of the market. Or if the news is so impactful, maybe the effect is so negative, the only thing the market can do for that period is that day they may consolidate after all of this noise, because they must drop to the downside a little bit. They will consolidate. And if the impact is so much, the next 2 days, they may consolidate as well, or maybe a little bit of retracement in the market, but eventually, the market will also continue in its direction. That is why, no matter what economic data that is coming out that trading day, be it FOMC, NFP, or I don't even care about whatever, all I pay attention is what is the direction for that day. Or perhaps what is the direction for that week, especially this weekly direction I just mentioned. That one cannot be changed. It's impossible. Only on rare cases that one trading day event can change the weekly direction, unless that weekly direction is already prone to change. And I'm going to demonstrate it live in this video. For example, I'm not even going to use gold. Okay, let me use something, but I have this gold trade run on my proper account. Let's make use of asset that is very common to you guys. Let's use Euro US dollar or GBP US dollar. Okay, something that is very, very common to you guys. All right. Now we are going to demonstrate everything live. Remember what I told you. The first thing you do, ignore whatever that is going to take place here. All right. Ignore whatever that is going to take place, whether it's PPI. For example, I barely pay attention to anything here. The only thing I know is that, okay, at a certain time, like 1:30 p.m., 7 a.m., whatever, something will happen in the market, some volatility will take place. So the only thing I do with this information is that, okay, since I know there's going to be data released this day, whenever I'm placing trade on that trading account, I must make sure that my stop loss does not hinder me for that day. Because just like as I demonstrated for you guys, if the news just come out and then you were buying and then the impact was negative, there can be a drop to the downside. And if your stop loss is not well positioned, they can take you out and then give you slippage. That's why you see some people, they just complain, oh, the news is so terrible, this and that. But in a nutshell, after all of those stupid moves to the downside, the market can still come back again, resume its original direction. The news does not change the direction of the market. So having said all of that, now, what we need to do is start practicalizing this in real life. Remember, I told you guys, do not panic whether the news is coming out, the news is not coming out. Just keep doing what your strategy always tells you to do. Just that the day of economic data report, you have to be strategic regarding where you place your stop loss so that you don't get stopped out completely. You get what I'm saying? Now, having said all of that, let's get to work. Okay? First of all, what is the direction for this trading day on Euro USD? absolutely buying direction, absolutely bullish. The market has been buying all of this while, and I've told you guys how I do all of this thing, So what that tells me that, okay, this market, all I am interested in is to hit the buy button. Again, if you go to 1 hour time frame, what can you see here? Those of you that trade supply and demand, whatever, you can see some of the signs that this thing should go to the upside today. All right. Okay, having said all of that, we don't need to waste our time. But one thing I would let you guys know, where you place your stop loss is very, very important. So how I do this thing, I'm very, very wise. So if this was supposed to be the place where I will place my stop loss, okay, because I need to be buying, you get what I'm saying? So what I will do now, of course, you can calculate where the price is to this very moment. If I pick up my ruler, you can calculate it from here to here. All right, that is about 30 pip. Now, if like this account that I have right here, although what I usually do, I risk 10% when I'm doing my broker account. You don't have to do that. So if I'm about to risk 10% of this account, that should be about, let me check. Let me just say it's 800 USD. That should be 80 USD, okay? That should be my risk. The next thing I need to do is, first of all, calculate the lot sizing for my regular risk for 30 pip and 80 USD. And that is very, very simple. For you to do that, just use the volume of money, calculate by the lot size. For example, 80 divided by 300, that is the stop loss. Okay, so the lot size is supposed to be 0.2 lot size. Okay, because to get lot size and divide the money you want to risk by your stop loss, that is 0.2. So everything I'm supposed to do today will end at 0.2 lot size, making use of this 30 pip stop loss. Now what I need to do is, okay, I will extend it further to somewhere here. Now this is not bad trading. I'm telling you guys the truth. This is you being wise and just being wise and playing it safe. Now, no matter how noisy the news may be, it's very difficult for you to go as deep as this level, unless the market just want to change direction entirely. You get what I'm saying? So right here, all I just need to do, calculate what this level could be. So let's just pick up my ruler once more, right? Somewhere around here. This is about 45 pip. All right, so I can just say 450. All right, then let's see how it goes. Okay, that is 0.17 lot size. So what I will do, start placing my trade on this account, and then I'm going to set my stop loss at that level. This is how I play this in safe on the day of equilibrium data report. So I minimize the goal is, okay, minimize my lot size, maximize my level of stop loss. That is a strategy, bro. That is all that you need, bro. Then wait, you don't even need to bother yourself. In fact, the time of the economic data release, I may not even be here to record it for you guys. I can only show you guys the outcome. That is the strategy. That is the strategy, bro. That is the strategy. Minimize your lot size, maximize where you put your stop, and at the end, it's the same risk for the day, unless maybe your broker decide to give you slippage. So we'll start engaging, all right, immediately. So I will use 0.0, let me use 0.05, place about 3 position, 1, okay, and then, oh, this is good, oh shit, go to Euro USD. I will leave it, don't worry, I will leave it, because gold too is still bullish. Euro USD daily time frame, okay, 0.05. This lot size is too big. I'm going to modify this thing, or let me just close it. Okay, let's work with what we are doing. 0.05 buy, 1, 2. I'm going to do it 3 position. No, let's do it 4, because right now is 0.15, or just add 3 to this. Okay, that's 0.1, exactly what we calculated right here. Now I don't care whatever the news is going to be against. Is very, very. Now the next thing is target. All right, the first thing you do, I'm just teaching you guys how to do management in real life. One of this trade or 2 of this position, make the target very, 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 very close, something around here, just 1:2 or 1:1. One of these targets, something around here. Let's do 1:2, okay, something around here. The target should be around 160.47, okay, 160.47. So start modifying, take profit 1.16047, okay, copy it, okay, just two position. We have that. Oh, it looks like I modified everything. Copy it. 33 points. So by the time that the news come out, one of these positions, like, okay, it can eventually give us the money we are risking. Just two of these, just these ones I have modified. All right, this one is about 20 USD. This first one, this second one is about 35. This one is about 35. 35 plus 35, that is 70 plus 20, that is 90. So these ones should give us like times two of what we are risking. Next thing we do, which is very important, the most important one, set the target, set the stop loss. And one thing you understand is this thing is very, very safe. One of the reasons why we do this is so that you don't get taken out. You'll be surprised. You'll come back again. This trade is still on. Nothing will happen to you. The stop loss are at 149.37. Just modify everything. 149.37. 149. This is the strategy, bro. 149.37. Let's add stop loss to everything once. 1.149. Everything modified. Everything. 149. You see, the same risk I just talked about, 80 USD is what will be deducted from this account. You get what I'm saying? Now let's watch and let's see how it goes. You will find out that if no matter what CPI we do, this thing will still be active. And I even going to take out some of those take profit because I want this trade to run for a very long time, like more than 1 day or two. So I'll take out some of the take profit. Just leave some to just be there. Okay, I'll take this one out. Okay, I'll leave only these two. That's how we do this thing, guys. That's how it's done. So no matter how you don't have to care about the impact, bro. Just believe in your direction. That is all. You don't have to care about the impact. Whether the impact is positive, negative, it means nothing. If you want to start paying attention to all of the data that will be here, bro, you will not be able to make one solid decision in this market. I can tell you the truth. You will not be able to make. And those of you that find the habit of, okay, let's see what you are gambling. 5 minutes to the trade, you are placing trade. In fact, we usually advise students, if you don't have the capacity to withstand the whole volatility, please close your trade before the news and then wait for the next day to start trading again. We usually advise students, take your profits. We do that. Then you are waiting for before the news, you start placing trade. 5 minutes. No, it's not done that way. Most of the time, you waste most of your money. Trade the way just trade the way that professional traders handle all of this. And I can tell you, and I can prove it to you guys, the news have no effect overall, the overall direction of the market. There are days, this day, we caught NFP live. This day of NFP, we caught it live, me and my student. Now, we didn't catch it because we waited for the time of the release and then placed the trade. No, the trade is already there existing. The NFP just came and boosted it. That is how this thing works.